One of the biggest mistakes that photographers tend to make in the design room when trying to sell packages is that they will ask the client, would you like me to run through the offers with you? At which point you give the option for the client to say no. Now the problem here is that once they say no, you're stuck. Where do you go from there? Even if your packages genuinely are incredible value and they're going to save them money and it is perfect for the client, you can't tell them. If you do, you're going to end up being a pushy salesperson, you're not listening to what they've just said, and a brick wall will go up. They just won't purchase from you. So, in this video, I am going to teach you the exact technique that we use in our studio that works really well and removes this situation completely. And in our studio, every single person through the door gets to know what our packages are, and we get a high conversion from, say, just a very low sale, couple of prints, and people go for one of our big packages. You can do the same thing and you can implement this straight away. So, when you've got a client in there and you're asking them, would you like me to run through the packages? The client's always going to take the safe option. And if they're unsure, the safest option is going to be no. And it just puts you in a situation where you can no longer tell them the next part of your design, the next part of your sales process. So for us, we're not going to ask them. We're just going to tell them our packages, but in a very natural way that makes the client listen, understand, and then convert to one of your bigger packages. Now, it's a very simple technique, but you've got to have the confidence to do it. And you will find that once you start to do this, you'll never get pushback from a client saying, no, I'm not interested. So, you know from our previous videos that once the slideshow finishes, we deliver our line, which is really important that we deliver it in a certain way. So having seen all your pictures, knowing what's included and what's available, what are you thinking of doing with your pictures today? Now we deliver that, okay? And we're hoping the client's going to turn around and go, I want all of them. Now, I train all of my guys for the same line, so they're never scared of a client saying, we're only going to go for 2 prints. That's our lowest sale in our studio, 2 prints, okay? We don't do a package on 2 prints. It just seems to be that, you know, with the gift certificate and the situation, you know, the kind of the whole setup we've got, 2 prints tends to be the lowest sale that we ever get. So I set my guys up prepared for that line. Anything else, we still react exactly the same. So we're sat down in our design room and we're next to the client, and the client sees all of the pictures. And we deliver our line, and my guys are there ready for any sort of response. But in this scenario, we're going to say the client's going to say, I just want 2 prints. Now, you may be there asking for permission, in which case that would look like this. So what are you thinking of doing today with the rest of your pictures? They say 2 prints, and we go, okay, well, do you want me to run through the offers for you? Now, because the client has seen the product guide, and for us, you know, we charge £100 per digital, and everybody always wants digitals to start with because they don't know the end point of where stuff's going to go. So they're going to have seen that. They'll have seen 32 pictures on the wall, and they'll be like, that's over £3,000. And even if they go half price, it's still £1,600. No, I can't afford that. So I'm not going to say yes, please, because your offers are probably nowhere within my budget, so I don't really want to go for that. So that's the safe option to say, no, thank you. I don't want the embarrassment of saying I can't afford it. Okay, so we're going to take that away. We're not going to give them permission to say no, because we're not going to ask them. Okay, so we're going to change this, and this is the line that all my guys use, and they use it verbatim. Okay, you need to know it word for word, and I'll run through why after I give you the line. So, what are you thinking of doing with your pictures today? The client then says, 2 prints please, 5 digitals, we'll just go for 1 frame. It doesn't matter what they say, our response is the same. Fantastic, right, okay, and then I will stand up, okay? So if I'm sat down here, I will stand up as I start to talk, because it's important for me when I deliver my packages that I am in front of the client and that I'm mobile, so I can say, you get all of these today. Or if I want to talk about this frame over here, I need to be over here with my hands here, displaying it so they know where to look, okay? So to do that, I need to get out of my chair and move and walk around. So if I'm sat down with them, and I say to the client, what do you think of doing your pictures today? And they go for, say, we're just going to go for 2 prints. I will then stand up and deliver my line. So what do you think you're doing today? 2 prints? Fantastic. So I've got some offers on today that I know are going to be perfect for you. So my first offer is on all of this here. So I go straight into it. okay? So that line again, okay? So you're my client, and we're gonna have our pictures displayed up here, and I've said, so what are you thinking of doing with your pictures today? You say, just 2 prints, please. And I go, stand up and go, fantastic. So we've got some offers on today that I know are gonna be perfect for you. So the first one is on all of your pictures here, and then I carry on through my packages, and you would do the same with yours. Now what's happened here is, first of all, I haven't asked for permission. Can I tell you my offers? I've taken away the ability for the client to say no and stop me telling them. I've just said, right, so I've got some offers on today that I know are going to be perfect for you, and then I start to talk about them. It's important that I stand up as I'm saying it as well, okay? The next thing is, I've used the lines that I know are going to be perfect for you. What the client hears here is, I've told you what I want to go for as a client, and you have heard that and gone, oh, I've got an offer, I've got a package on, that'll be perfect for you for that. So the client will listen, thinking, oh, okay, right, I want to know what it is. It could save me money. I could get more for my money, okay? Now, yes, there is a big difference and a big jump from 2 prints to £1,000 plus package, okay? However, the packages and the product guide are set up to complement each other. The idea is that the client has seen the product guide and they know what the pricing is, okay? That product guide should give them a little bit of a scare in terms of, because every client wants everything digitally, okay? Because they don't know the end point. And obviously, if you've watched the other videos in this series, we go through the visualization and why that's important, because it gets your client to go, oh, I know where it's going to go in my house, and then it makes it a very easy sale, okay? But the product guide should be set up so that when you deliver your packages look like unbelievable value, and I'd be a fool to say no. If you get that right, it works great. And we have a very good conversion rate from people going from a couple of prints. We deliver this line, deliver our packages, we're making it very benefit heavy, and I've got a very short video on features and benefits. So go watch the benefits one if you're struggling in the design room. And then, you know, once we couple all of this together, we get nice big sales, and you can do the exact same thing. If you're finding this useful, please give us a like and a subscribe. The channel's exploded over the past week or so. We've had like over 500 subscribers, which is incredible, so thank you very much. So this whole series that I'm doing is just breaking down the design room into tiny little bite-sized bits, so you can take one piece and go and implement it straight away. And these bits do make a massive difference, massive difference. I'll be covering more little bits on the sales room in this series. There's already bits that are out there which are really useful, so I definitely recommend go and watch them, and they range from 5 minutes to 15-minute videos, so they don't take up too much time. Put in the comments anything that you are struggling with in the design room, and I'll run through what it is that we do, or what I would do if it's something that we haven't come up against. But yeah, hope everyone's found this useful, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks very much, guys. Bye.